All right, yo, 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 it's your boy Yoshikidneo, and we are back in the world of Boridil, the adventures in Boridil. And today we introduce a new character as well as probably go through a lot of roleplay. It's going to be a shorter session today because we started an hour late. Some of the players had other things happen where they needed to either push the session back a little bit, or Joe, for instance, isn't going to be able to show up at all, which is, that's okay. It happens. Not everybody, you know, life is never perfect, so that is perfectly fine. I am currently making a new um, merchant guy for the party because they were talking about it. Put this on the map layer. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive right into it.
Go outside.
Man, why are you moving that token, dude? That's so that you guys can see your health and shit in the middle of the week.
I just wanted
I
you to
gotta.
know who ran this.
All right, you know what? Try it now. What I thought.
I have been defeated.
There, you got it back. All right, so last time we left our heroes, you guys had gotten to the waterfall in the middle of this forest. The waterfall is called, uh, Willowwood Falls. In this location, you have heard the rumors that if you throw a sizable chunk of gold over the top of it and make a wish, that your wish will come true. From what the villagers had told you from Greendrift is that most of the time people will come through their town as a stopping or like a final resort sort of location before they go to Willowwood Falls to make all their wildest dreams come true. And then they typically don't see them anymore. But they don't really, they think that more than likely it's because they go a different route as opposed to backtracking back to Greendrift. But either way, they appear to be leading people towards Willowwood Falls. So, after they had told you, or you had heard the rumors about the Green Dragon possibly living there, you went to go investigate. And as you set off on your adventures, as you were passing a large portion of the forest, you had heard screams. And you went to go investigate, and you had found a recently, I guess it was crashed. Yeah, recently crashed carriage. And what you ended up doing was finding that there was a large group of lizard folk that had essentially set up this ambush for people that were encroaching on their territory. You guys made very short work of them. They were not anywhere near the strength that you guys possessed, but when they called for a truce, our good man Vikavor was not about it and continued the fighting, which they used that opportunity to take one of your own, Saberwolf. Um, to add more to the fire, another fireball was cast onto Saberwolf after he died, essentially charring his body and turning it to ash. And all that remained were any of his metallic or magical items, which you guys promptly looted, as well as Quinn essentially getting a little sproutling to grow from his ashes with his druidcraft magic. The moments that came afterwards brought a new ally to you in the form of Angelica. Once again, she very much looks like a tiefling, except for she's a lot bulkier, a lot bigger, whereas tieflings are generally a lot smaller, a lot more, I guess, thinner. You could say they're not as bulky; they're more dexterous. But she introduced herself as Angelica, said that she had been studying the lizard folk for about a week or so. She's working for somebody. trying to collect blood samples. And after hearing that you guys were looking for a green dragon, she thought that she would tag along to help you out, especially since you guys had just lost one of your own to the lizard folk. So you let her tag along. You found the dragon, whose name is Lasarth, and it ultimately led to you guys pouring 1,150 gold into her lake, and her not giving you an egg, but giving you the location of an egg. But what she wanted you to do was to go get the egg, kill the giants that stole the egg, bring back the head of a giant, as well as the egg back to her, and then she would reward you properly. And you guys left, and you had ended up meeting at these ruins where these hill giants were tossing a human, and one of them had accidentally stumbled, and the human had died as he fell from the sky. In which the hill giants had torn them in half and essentially split the earnings and ate the body whole. Very gruesome, very gross, especially the combination of all the gore and blood as well as the smell. You definitely can tell when you're in the presence of a hill giant because of the way they smell. It's very gross. Well, you guys got the first round of combat, and Vikavor had essentially immobilized two of the other hill giants while you guys berated the third one, essentially making it no contest at all. But unfortunately, someone had been following you, someone had been lying in wait for you here. Your current arch nemesis, Baba Lasaga, appeared, and with the blood spilt from two of the hill giants, she created her own giant, a blood giant. And she had told you that she was going to watch as you all suffered at her creation. But Vikavor had other plans and decided to fireball the giant and Baba Saga, which posed as no threat to her, as she was able to simply absorb the fire damage, making it to where it didn't leave a scratch. And she joined the fray. She used most of her magic to knock Vikavor out, and after that, she's pretty content. She didn't really harm the rest of you. I think she did one fireball just because she wanted to kind of get back at our good boy Vic. But after Vikavor had come back to life through healing word from Quinn, he threw another fireball at her, and she thought this was the last straw, so she made sure that her next spell would kill him. And Tamsin tried her best to absorb the spell to counter it, but was unable to, unfortunately, which left Vikavor being shot at from multiple angles from the magic missile, much like Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder before he fell. She then parlayed with you all and asked if you wanted to continue, and all of you did not want anything to do with Baba Saga anymore, and she left you with that as a message of don't fuck with me because I'll kill you. And she promptly left. That is where we will be starting our session, is right at the end of that last encounter. Gwen, you still have your owls for another 59 minutes. Vikavor is currently being... I'm pretty sure Vikavor is on top of that owl still. And Snoopy runs up, and as he gets closer and sees Vikavor not moving, you see his ears flop down, his tail tuck, and his head go low, and he walks very slowly towards the owl, blinks on top of it, and kind of like nudges at Vikavor. And when he notices Vikavor not moving at all, he kind of, you watch as he looks to you, Quinn, being the closest person. Well, why won't he wake up? Is this like Saberwolf?
So so we're all next to each other, you said?
Yeah, you guys just watched Babala Saga teleport away or something like that. She disappeared. So you are currently on one of your owls. Vicavor's body is still on an owl, and Snoopy is currently asking you what happened. Because Snoopy was, for all intents and purposes, hidden and not able to see everything.
So we're like right here.
Correct.
Okay. Um. So I'll pick up uh Vicavor's body and just be like, no, wake up, no, like kind of shaking him and slapping his face a little bit.
No response. Snoopy looks at you as you're trying to wake him up, and you use your healing. He's not a big ball of ash like Saberwolf was. That should work, right? He looks over to Angelica and Tamsin. You guys can heal him, right?
I'm still looking away like I was.
I
Sorry.
also turn him around to look at the back of his head to see what Vic is doing and see if he's responsive. Vic.
As you turn Vicavor's head around, there's no face. What?
What the?
What does this mean?
So he was a chosen, right? Out of character.
Correct, yes. He became a
now
chosen of Graz'zet after he had been captured by that tree.
Now, was his mark visible, or was it like the other ones where it would go away?
Yeah, it goes away, but you don't see anything on the back of his neck right now.
Okay. Okay, so kind of shocked that his head is back to normal. Like what? I turn him back around, try to cast a healing spell on him.
Okay, go ahead and mark a spell point or a spell slot, and nothing happens. He's really gone then, huh? Snoopy curls up and like right in between Vicavor's arm and the side of his chest and kind of lays there. I'd like to fly with him if that's okay.
I don't need to roll it, do I?
No, it won't
Okay.
do anything.
Yeah, take. Yeah. I prop him up on an owl so that they could fly.
I whispered to Tamsin, "You mind flying me over to one of those giants?"
Yeah, let's go. We have to get ahead still.
All right.
Thing, Joe not being here, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah. So,
All right.
for all intents and purposes, Snoopy at this point is he's just snuggling with Vicavor's corpse.
And I hop off Tamsin's broom and proceed to rip off this giant's head.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a strength check. Do athletics, actually. Do athletics. Give you a little extra oomph. So you are able to, you grab the head and you pull it by the hair thinking it's going to be easy, but, giants are bulky, they're very strong. You look at his neck muscles and they're like pretty much larger than your biceps, and you're like, oh shit, okay, so this is gonna be a little brutal. So you grab like inside of his jaw and you start to pull, you start to twist, and you start to do jerking motions. And after doing it a couple times, you and Tamsin can hear an audible snapping noise. And as you start to pull, you put your leg onto its shoulder, and you heave. And with a couple good heaves, you start to see these skins separating, and you give it one nice good twist, and the head comes clean off. A pool of blood follows, and it starts drizzling for probably about 8 seconds or so before it starts to just puddle and little dribbles come out from the neck.
And in one and with the head in one hand, can I pull out a couple of vials and fill it up?
Right, you can do up to 5 vials of hill giant blood if you would like.
Okay.
Also, I want to get Vicavor's equipment if it
Okay.
hasn't been picked up already, or if it's just I didn't know if it was on him or just there.
Nothing, and everything, including all his armor. Well, I don't think he was wearing any armor actually. Was he? What were you wearing? He had a set of leather armor, which has been, you can see all of the essential bullet holes, for lack of a better term, from the magic missile, all the burnt locations. The fireball did a pretty good number. The cloud kill left a really musky scent on it, and it's pretty awful. You could probably restore it if you really wanted to, but you know that leather armor is pretty cheap anyway. So, but he also has a light crossbow that's in decent condition still. He has a scholar's pack. He's got 2 daggers. He does have a gemstone, a sardonyx. I'll type that. Sardonyx. I don't even know what color that is, but he has it. He has a couple of tea bags that you guys got from Opal that are still in good condition. They were protected in his pockets and stuff like that. And he's got one of your magic bags of gold. Or no, that got deleted when Snoopy withdrew all of his gold from his bag. The final thing, he does have the Rod of the Pact Keeper, his magic item that he had bought from that auction. And then I'll type how much gold and stuff he has, and you can either split it or put it all in Snoopy's coin purse.
Did he have like a pack? Because essentially, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just like put all the
Yeah,
stuff
he
in
had
the
a scholar's
bag.
pack, which has a
Okay,
backpack.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna put all his stuff, tie it up to that rod, and just carry it with me.
Okay. The moment you touch the rod, you do feel a twinge of magical energy flow through your fingertips.
Oh. Did he ever explain what this does, or do we just know?
I don't think he did. But you guys know that from the auctioneer said what it kind of does. It reinvigorates those that have been granted power from some great patron. So
So I was
it is
just
useless to all of you because only a warlock can attune to it.
so like just out of character. So like I just wanted to know like I guess the back of the lore of it, but like how do our characters know what these things can do? Like when we touch it, do we just know, or
No, so the mechanical way for you to figure out a magical item, and this is any magical item, is to spend a short rest,
that's right?
which is typically an hour, but since we've changed it to 10 minutes, I will make it to where it's like an hour of downtime, like studying the weapon or the item rather, to figure out its magical properties. And for some items, that isn't long enough to figure out everything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And that would be something that are you proficient in Arcana?
Nope.
Nope. That is something. Is Tamsin? No. Interesting.
I am not. No.
What about Snoopy? He is. That's something Snoopy could tell you. About magic items. Also, there's an egg.
Like, what is that? So yeah, I'm gonna put the egg in my pack.
I have the
Okay.
egg.
Oh, you
The
do?
dragon
Okay.
egg, right?
Oh wait,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
The one thing you notice, Tamsin, the egg has cooled off since your fight. Because you saw it burning and sort of like leaving its mark on one of the owls that had gripped it earlier.
Mhm.
But now it's cool to the touch. It
I
also
wanna hug it.
weighs a
Can I hug
lot.
it?
Sure.
Yeah. Does anything
So
happen?
Angelica has a giant head, and you have a dragon's egg, and you're currently hugging it, and it doesn't. Nothing happens. But it's heavy as hell. Like you never expected to be able to touch a dragon's egg more than likely in your life, and here you are holding one, and it weighs at least 50 pounds.
You want me to hold that?
Can I knock on it? I'm gonna knock on it.
All right. As you do, you and Angelica roll a perception check. So as you knock on it, it's weird from what you would expect. Obviously, you've probably made eggs sometime in your life, and you know that it sort of sounds sort of hollow, but this dragon egg sounds like solid to the core. Like it's a like there's almost like it's all made of one material or something like that.
If I put my ear to it, does it like hear anything?
No. Actually, as you put your ear to it, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. No. As you put your ear to it, there's complete silence.
Angelica, should we be worried if we can't hear anything?
Did you hear that, Kevin?
Judging by they were in the middle of cooking it before we actually started doing this. I don't know. They said it was almost done, but I don't know. It might still be good. But I don't know too much about dragon eggs.
I don't either.
Well, either way, are you able to handle holding that, or you want me to hold it?
I want to hold.
Gotcha.
We'll never probably get to touch a dragon egg again in our lives. So.
Right? And Brady, out of character, can I see what's on this dragon? I mean, this giant's corpse. Like, is there anything on the corpse?
As you start looking around in it, let's see. You find two gemstones. One of them is an amethyst, and it's a sort of transparent, deep purple color. And the other is a garnet, a transparent red, brownish color. You muster that they're probably worth about 100 gold apiece. You also find a wooden carving of a lizard folk. Looks to be some sort of like high royalty piece or something like that. Because judging by the lizard folk that you found earlier, this one's outfitted in more, I guess you could say, jewelry. Even though they don't actually use like actual like metal and stuff, they use like bones and things like that. But this one's dressed like nobility, and it's just a small little figurine, something that you'd probably put on a bookshelf.
All right, I'm gonna take all of that, and then I'm gonna say to Tamsin, "There you are. Which jewel do you want?"
We'll take the amethyst.
All right, and I toss her the amethyst, and I keep the garnet.
All right. So add to your character sheet the jewel that you take with the value of 100 gold.
Okay, and then the little lizard folk figurine.
Yeah, just put lizard folk statue, wood statue.
All right, and then I will. I'll walk over to one of this giant to the right and check his corpse as well.
Okay. He doesn't have anything really on him. He's got his loincloth and his giant club that is very, very large and bulky. It's actually almost the same size as you, like 7 foot long, weighs a whole lot. Other than that, he doesn't have anything. Same with the giant that Tamsin is looking at. They don't seem to have been able to really carry much. But the other giant was the only one with like pockets, I guess you could say.
Okay, I just walk back to Tamsin then.
These things smell bad.
Yeah, definitely not one of the best things to smell. Well, at least we got a little bit of money out of this. And to be honest, I'm not feeling too good about this whole situation with another one of their allies dying.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they lost another person on their team.
Right.
But I guess it's good that they have us then, because now we can help them.
Yeah. I hope you're right. I mean, given they haven't been taking too much of a liking to me as of late.
Don't worry, it took them a while to warm up to us too.
Indeed. I'll walk up to the remains of this blood giant. Is there anything there? Is it like just old black ash blood or something like that?
Forget, didn't it die from electricity from chromatic orb? Yes, it did.
Okay.
So what you see is there's no like the bones disintegrated as it died, and from what you can tell is that there's no real remains. There's just a huge stain of reddish blackish blood, but it's not liquefied anymore. It's almost as if it has changed the grass at its very core. So what you're looking at is you can see the difference between the blades of grass that are on the like the perimeter of the blood giant's corpse, nice and green, very lush, and then as it gets closer, it's like, or as it gets toward the corpse fell, you see that there's like a mixture of red and black blades of grass. It's also stained the cobblestone of the ruins itself where it died, and as you sort of touch it and try to like see if like you can scrape any of it up, it's like melded into the stone and into the grass itself.
Shame. All right. And I walk right back to Tamsin. So, I'm assuming we have to go back to this dragon and give her this head.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do about that egg?
Well, I think they, as a part of sort of contract they're trying to fill, they have to have an egg of some sort. Me personally, all I need is a dragon.
Right. And we're going to have to talk it over with them. But I'm not sure they're in too much of a state of mind to actually chat at the moment.
We don't think so either.
Well, I guess we can head back over to them. See how they feel. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Whoosh.
You guys watch after, well, Quinn, you specific. Oh, Quinn, you watch, like you've been going from like watching Snoopy to seeing what the other two are doing. You've seen Angelica rip the giant's head off, as well as them sort of look through the remains of the giants. You saw them hand each other something, but you couldn't tell from this vantage point what it was. But Tamsin comes back with the dragon egg in her hands, and Angelica has a giant's head. Do you do anything or say anything?
No, but I don't say anything, but I look at them with like the most emotionless like face, like the blankest face. And I'm gonna say, no, actually, yeah, I'm gonna say, we gotta go. So
I agree.
Snoopy and Vicavor's body are gonna be on one. Then I'm gonna have my own owl. You guys can take one of these if you want.
I think we should be fine. Before we go, Quinn, what should we do about this egg? Before we get to the dragon.
What do you mean? It's ours, isn't it?
Indeed. But what if the dragon ends up smelling it or something? And it happens to be hers? I reckon it'll be easier definitely keep an egg, but unless someone wants to stay behind far away from her lookouts while the rest of us does the meeting. But I don't know. I'm not too sure.
I think the dragon is smarter than that. One of us not coming back. I don't think they'll go for it.
I understand. Well, either way, I mean, we have to show her this head. So I'm following you guys' lead.
Let's go. So Quinn
doesn't
starts
take-
to fly off. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Never mind.
I was going to say it doesn't take as long because you're flying. All of you are flying. And the owls are very quick compared to your walking movement. So it takes half of the time for you guys to get back to the waterfall. And as you guys do get closer, you land, a couple 100 feet away from where you guys had entered the waterfall area before Quinn's spell ends up dissipating. And you can hear the water as it's going over the ridge and ultimately dropping into the lake at the bottom. And as you guys are getting closer, you can hear what sounds like a splash. It's not a very big splash, not something Like whatever it is, it's probably like a rock or something like that that fell off the ridge into the lake itself.
Sorry, Brady. My thing broke up a there. Can you just repeat like the last? They were flying over and they were in a splash
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, so they flew over, they landed, and they're a couple 100 feet away, and they hear an audible splash that probably came from a reasonable sized boulder.
Okay, go ahead.
Where the hell is that?
As the party approaches, you guys get to where you can see the waterfall, and you see what looks to be a little kid climbing up the rock face to get to the upper ridge where Angelica had made her wish.
So there's a little kid acting silly up there.
Yes.
Oh no.
All right. What
don't-
now?
I don't know if that kid knows what he's doing. Oh, where are we located? The map? I know.
You're at the very bottom right of the map.
Why can't I see it? What's going on? Okay, there
Might
we
have
go.
to zoom out, maybe.
Yeah. I didn't go farther than that. So let's see. How far is this kid?
And Snoopy, like as you guys get off, he stays with Vicavor's body and looks to you guys and goes, I'll protect him. You guys should be able to talk to the dragon. Just don't be stupid." And he casts a glance at Angelica.
Concerned for the well-being of this kid, Quinn runs like a little bit closer and kind of yells to the kid, "Hey, get down from there! Like, don't. Whatever you do, don't go that way." Is there a distance that yelling can go?
Technically, yeah. And I mean, if you're trying to be loud, like you can be heard from like a couple 100 feet normally. Granted, there is a waterfall, so I'd say that
Yeah, that's
probably
fine.
muffles it. So as he's climbing up, you yell, "Hey, get down!" And you see him stop and kind of look around real quick. Ethan, roll me a perception check. You look around and you're like, "Huh, must have been the wind," as you continue to climb up. Quinn, as you get closer, Ethan, go ahead and describe us to, your character.
All right, I'm
At least in appearance.
I'm just a very yeah. I just start going off my whole sheet like, oh, he has this. The normal, very probably about 11, 12, I'd say. A little skinny, but really nothing that different about him at all when you look at him. His clothes are a little bit ratty, but and very big. About it.
So he continues to climb after you yell out at him, Quinn, not noticing that you had yelled at him.
I tried to do it again. You there, boy?
Boy.
All right, now that he's closer, roll another perception check as you get to the very top and you kind of brush off your hands and start looking at the perch in front of you. But as he says boy, he says it with enough emphasis to where you hear it and you look down and you see these three people. One of them looks to be human. One of them looks to be either elvish or half elvish, you're not really sure. And the other looks to be a very large tiefling. And they're all kind of just looking up at you as you start to brush off some of the dirt that you had picked up on your clothes as you climbed up here.
I'm just gonna look at him like super puzzled. What the heck? And I can't see Snoopy and Vicavor's body, right?
No,
Or can
they're
I?
behind a tree.
Okay.
Yeah, there's too much foliage going on.
Okay, I'm gonna yell down to Quinn. Moving on. Who are you calling boy?
So as he says that, I'm kind of like gonna signal towards the like where the dragon would like lay down and kind of disappeared and say like, don't go over there. Like, can you just come back down here, please?
I'm gonna like slowly like walk this way, still looking Quinn's direction. Like, do I look like a boy? I'm almost 12.
Boy, like, stop. Like, you can't. For the love of, I don't know if God is a thing, but for the love of God, do not go over there.
All right.
So as you
What-
shout that, Quinn, you hear rustling coming from the trees to your left, and you kind of look over, and you see the roots are starting to uproot and sort of slither towards you like a snake. Slippery
Good.
snake.
Like how fast are they coming?
They're trying to be stealthy, but you heard it, so.
I'm going to like run away from it a little bit. It's like, like just oh shit, like little boy, like please, or kid. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Please get away from over there. And as I'm saying that, I'm kind of like, trying to juke out the branches and stuff like that, or the vines coming after me.
And then
You shouldn't
as he says that,
let him make your decisions for you. You've obviously come here with a purpose, little one. Fulfill it. Make your wish.
And all of you can hear that voice.
As that's going down, I look at Tamsin and then look right back at the boy.
We have to.
Yeah, I look at Tamden too, and I was like, I please, just can you please help him?
We don't think this is a good idea.
well,
Mm,
you know what? I don't know who you are. I have something important to.
Tamden, please.
I get over to the edge of the
Fine.
cliff over here by the waterfall. And I'm gonna reach in, pocket, take out a gold coin, throw it out into the water.
Okay.
Tamden, do you let
You
that
throw out
happen?
a gold coin. And
Yeah, we're
as
not
the
there.
gold coin is flowing through the air, is there anything that anyone else does?
I'm gonna fly up into the air like 20 feet.
Okay. You watch, Ethan, you watch Tamsin fly up about 20 feet on her broom. And as your gold coin starts to fall, it plops into the water, and you hear a voice.
What a pitiful donation.
No.
Are you sure that's all you can muster?
Question, Brady.
Yes.
Would I be able to use Thorn Whip to kind of, emulate a web swing to go somewhere? Or like a grappling hook? Just
Outside of battle, I will allow it, but with limitations. Obviously, the Thorn Whip ability allows you to pull something 10 feet closer, so it remains that. So if you Thorn Whip something in 30 feet, you can pull yourself up 10 feet. I'll allow that to happen.
okay. Well, it's not enough to do what I wanted to do.
I'm gonna fly over to the kid.
I'd
Can I
tell.
only do 30 feet or can I go the full 50?
I got.
well,
You can do the full 50.
Also, I was gonna signal Angelica to throw the head in the water.
And I'm gonna, as they're doing all this, I'm gonna talk to the dragon, even though I know it's not. I know it's not a dragon, or I don't know it's a dragon yet. They're like, listen, spirit, I'm done with the game. Name your price.
Name your wish, and make sure you have every little detail thought out, and I will grant it to you for a price.
Do we
Be
all hear
careful
that?
with your wording, little one.
Oh yeah.
I wish just for this hunger to. I want to feed no more on.
Interesting. That's going to require more than a single gold piece. Your new compatriots that are with you, they've got gold. Perhaps everything that you would need. Take it from them.
I'm gonna turn to Tamsin. Like, hey, lady, I need some gold. I'm a little.
You should have stolen it from a richer man then.
Well, seeing as how you're not a man, do you know any men around here?
Across the river.
Like down at Quinn. Hey, boy, you have any money?
So Quinn kind of like looks up, looks down, looks left and right, and like, who is it?
Cam's just laughing her ass off on her broom.
I'm like looking behind me, and I don't respond, and just look at him. You might want to answer that dragon or that person who's making that voice, Angelica, please, if you could.
What's her name again? Out of character?
The dragon?
Yes.
Lasarth. I'll type it for you.
Thank you. All right. As I scratch my head. Excuse me, Lasarth. We did that favor that you asked of us. As I hold up the head and walk towards
Must
the water.
you ruin my fun when I have a new contributor to my horde?
And as she says horde, you hear Ethan, your character with you're facing Quinn, you can hear something getting up out of the water behind you. And as you turn around, you see this large green dragon poke its head out, and you can see like from its shoulders up its neck, and you can sort of see its wings, sort of just the tips of the wings are popping out of the water with it sort of sitting up like this, and it kind of shakes its head, and the water gets everywhere, and you kind of like try to block your eyes, but you're incredibly close to this creature, and go ahead and roll me a. Everybody roll me a wisdom saving throw. Nice. All of you fail and are frightened of this creature as she comes out, and the frills along her neck are protruding out. They're enlarged, and she kind of glares at Angelica and over to Quinn and to Tamsin.
I was about to have somebody make a wish, and you ruined it. What do you have to pay back for your insolence? This poor child just doesn't want to be hungry anymore. Look at him. Starved to death. He's just skin and bone! And you took away his wish. Look
Well,
at him.
great
Look at
one.
the child. Look at them.
Tamsin's like bowing. We brought the head of the monster that took your egg. So we figured that was pretty important because we killed them all for you.
At this point, Tamsin, you are no longer frightened, but everyone else still is, as you can see Lasarth sort of relax.
Well then, let me see the proof. Where's the head? Where's the egg?
While looking away from her, I'd hold the head up.
There's the head, and here's the egg.
Hmm.
Angelica, you're no longer frightened either.
Very good. If you could dispose of that head for me, it's quite grotesque. I do not enjoy the taste of hill giant, as they are my sworn enemy. The
Certainly
egg,
smells bad
if
too.
you would. Oh yes, it's awful. I smell it from here.
Yes, CC, hello.
Meow.
If you would please, toss the egg into the water, and I will give you your prize.
Excuse me, your great one. We thought the egg was our prize.
I'm sure you would rather have a real one, as opposed to a stone replica?
So is that
Unless
why
you
we
want the
couldn't hear
stone
anything in it?
replica. Perhaps.
Hmm.
It's also why the hill giants were unable to eat its stupid roots.
Interesting.
I
That makes
use it
sense.
as a decoy.
So Tamsin's gonna fly
So
over the
yes.
lake, and then she's just gonna drop.
Okay, so you drop the egg and it makes a very large splash. And as it floats to the bottom, you can see as it hits where all the glistening gold is, especially from where you're at, and all of a sudden you see the gold shifting.
And now your prize. We ended up having too many eggs to care for. It's quite a burden when you have a clutch of 5. So my mate will reward you.
And you see all the shimmering start to sort of build up and fall, and you see a larger green sort of shimmer underneath the water. And as it swims up, there's a large explosion in the water, and a much larger dragon appears from the bottom of the lake.
Who disturbs my slumber?
As that went down and like it was coming, that dragon was coming up. Angelica like says under her breath, "Holy shit!"
Quentin's running around frightened because he doesn't know what to do.
What is how do you say his name, Ethan? Is it Monguzu?
Yeah, you can say it.
Mongoose?
Munguzu. Like kind of blend it all together. If you want?
I'll type it out for you guys since you'll end up seeing it. Unless it shows on the token now, I don't know.
It's on the token.
Okay, cool.
And then am I?
Who is strong enough to wake me? Is this a challenge from you?
And he's eyeing Angelica.
You look like a scrumptious little treat. Yes.
And you watch as he swims over to the side, and with one of his great claws, or great paws, he places it and starts to hoist himself up onto the beach. And once he gets up there, he shakes like a dog does, and water goes everywhere. And you're pretty much soaked at this point as you try to like shield your face from the water. And he sort of like towers over you. He's about 20 feet tall, but with his neck extended, he reaches to about 26 feet.
Your Eminence, Lasarth, can you let him know that we are not here to challenge him?
Hold on.
I am scared.
As he says that, I'm like, no, not here to challenge you.
They have helped us. They've killed the hill giants that had stolen our decoy. And they decided to wake me up for it. You could have very well gone under there and got the eggs yourself. Do I need to teach you a lesson as well?
You can see Lasarth sort of scowl and look.
I don't think that we should be arguing in front of company. They've done us a great pleasure, and I thought maybe you should help me study their faces in case they ever need our assistance again.
And the larger dragon looks back at you all, looks at Angelica, and gets very close and proceeds to sniff on you.
You smell different. Where are you from? I smell elven on you.
Well, I wasn't born here, but I was raised by a normal family, I guess.
Were they elves?
No. But I do know some elf friends.
Perhaps maybe they wish to come here and lend us their pockets of gold, and we can lend them our strength. Would you be willing to bring your elfin friends to us? We could make it worth all of your while. As many elves as you can bring. Powerful ones usually have more riches.
Definitely take a close consideration for it. We could use the firepower.
They're not here for bringing elves. They're here for one of our extra eggs. If you would please, hand it to them. They've already paid us an absorbent fee.
Umra looks back behind him and kind of like does a sort of sneer at Lasarth.
Fine, but the smallest one for you.
And you watch as he turns back and starts to wade into the water and dives underneath. Tamsin, from your vantage point as well as Monguzu, you guys can see him sort of dig in the gold pile as well as the jewels that are down there. And eventually he comes back up, and in his right paw, he proceeds to hand Angelica a greenish dragon egg, a greenish colored dragon egg. And it's not smooth like a typical egg would be. It's actually got like these hard ridges on it. And they start from sort of the top and go all the way to the bottom, almost like they're scales themselves.
Here you go. It's kind of close to hatching, so I might have a feast ready for when it does. Otherwise, it might gobble you up.
And as he says gobble you up, he sort of, with it, he opens up his mouth and snaps it like right, probably like 5 inches away from your face. And you can just see like his pearly white, sharp dagger-like teeth as he sort of leans or brings his head back.
What else do you have for us?
Your Eminence, Lasar.
Yes?
I was wondering if I might be able to trouble you for a dragon scale as a keepsake.
You watch as her frills bulge out again, Make a wisdom saving throw, please. You are frightened of her currently, and she looks at you with the same glare that she gave Angelica when she dared to ask for her blood.
If you are only wishing to take parts of my body, perhaps, maybe, we should do things a little rougher around the edges. It would seem that your friend over there also wants a piece of me, quite literally.
No,
I
ma'am.
don't
I
think we
just
want to go
meant
down that road.
maybe one that was no longer attached to your body, and I could give you some gold and this really big amethyst I found in
You
exchange.
see the male dragon look over.
How much gold?
I could give you like 150 pieces of gold.
Throw it in the lake.
Okay.
Your gem too.
I assume you throw it in the lake.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so go ahead and deduct the gem as well as the 150 gold. And as you do, Lasarth looks at Umra very puzzlingly.
Don't worry, Lasar. I'll take care of this one. I have a scale that has not been glistening as of late.
And you watch as he plucks from near one of his wings. He plucks one of his green scales, and it does look a little duller than some of the rest of his, with it shimmer with this dark green glow.
It's
Yes.
still
I
beautiful.
don't know if you're
Thank
aware, but these dragon scales are quite precious. There's a multitude of reasons that you probably want one.
And he flicks it into the lake, and you watch as it starts to go underneath.
So if you really want it, how about you go and get it?
Can I mage hand it out?
It is outside of the range currently, so if you want to use... Actually, what is Mage Hand's range?
It
Is
was
it
30 feet. But I can use my spell slots, or my sorcery points 60, right?
Okay. Yeah, so you can do that, and your mage hand is just barely able to grab it. So go ahead and mark the sorcery points.
Done.
Very clever.
Real quick, I'm gonna, cause I'm still like scared or whatever, so I'm gonna like hide back here in this tree area here.
Thank you, your eminences. I deeply appreciate it.
Yes,
Quite
much
welcome.
appreciated.
And I hear that you wanted blood.
Yes, I mean, I don't necessarily need it, but figured since I was here, you know, figured I'd ask. But
What would you pay for it?
let me see. Let me check my my coin purse. Let me see. I could spare 100 gold and have a garnet.
Throw it in the lake.
Ooh. Alright, throw it in the lake.
If you can draw blood from me with a single blow, then you may fill a vial. If not, I get to take a little chomp. See what you taste like.
Yeah.
Roll that damage.
You got this, Angelica!
Roll
I'm
that
gonna yell it really
damage.
loud. I'm like, You can do it!
All right.
Quinn is just gonna
You
yell in
watch.
fear.
One thing you see is Lasarth has gone into her sort of like playful stance. You can see her tail flopping and slapping the water as she's kind of sitting up there with one paw over the other, and she's just watching, very intrigued as what's going on with Angelica and Umra. She doesn't seem to notice Manguzu anymore at this point.
Nice.
What is this? You can do it! Bite his freaking head off!
So before oh, never mind.
Now, before I do this, can I like Can I like go ahead and use a bonus action to heal a little bit real quick?
Sure, I'll
so
allow
before that happens, hold on. Let me check my character sheet real quick.
Am I still stuck with fear?
No, you and Quinn aren't fearful anymore. Like, you're probably still scared, but you don't have the frightened ability. Or debuff, I guess, would be better.
Okay. I'm just gonna run up to Tamsin, grab a hold. Is she like on the edge now?
I'm floating off the cliff. I'm 20 feet in the air.
Alright, I'm just gonna run over there to him. You guys must be nuts.
So what I essentially wanted to do, because I thought I had
We are, child.
maybe Snoopy has them, but I was gonna give Angelica Saberwolf's gauntlets for the time being to see if these will help. Can you check and see if Snoopy has them, Brady?
I don't think it matters which one of you has them. You can have them.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to her.
Someone has them, so...
I'm gonna say that I have them then, for the sake of doing that. Try these. Don't want them to go to waste.
All right. I take them and put them on.
You can feel the magic emanating from them, and as you put them on, you don't feel any different. It probably takes a considerable amount of time before they're useful to you.
Okay. And so do I just do one blow or two, or my normal two
Just
blow?
one.
Okay.
Hold on.
He says you've got one shot, one opportunity.
All right. He said, "Hold on."
This is everything you ever wanted.
Hold on for a second.
Man,
you over here killing all anticipation.
Not only will you need cash, but you'll need guts to buy that weapon.
That's perfect.
I know, right?
Okay, never mind. Go ahead, buddy. You got this.
All right. All right. Here we go.
As you roll up your fists, you go in and you hit against the side of the scale, and it actually breaks the bone off your cestus a little bit. And as you hold it there for effect, and as you pull away, you notice that you didn't even leave a scratch on his scales. And he kind of brings his head close to you.
A pity.
Opens up his maw, and he bites down on you for a total of 21 piercing damage and 15 poison damage.
Hot damn.
Yeah, I'm out.
So he bites Angelica like right on the thigh, but he does it in a non-lethal way. You can see that he's really just trying to prove a point. And Angelica like screams out in pain and then falls backwards onto her back as she gets knocked unconscious.
Ooh, looks like I may have gotten myself a little snack. We we can dispose of the body for you if you wish. It should be quite easy.
As he licks his lips.
Heal her, Quinn.
So you go back up to 9 HP. As Quinn finishes the spell, Umra kind of looks around.
Oh, what a pity. It has been a while since I've eaten. Lasar, perhaps you should go hunting, while I watch over our domain.
You can see Lasarth kind of give him a little bit of a side look, and then
Once they leave, perhaps. But what if they brought us those elven travelers that they said they might do? Shouldn't we wait for them? Will you be bringing us elves?
And as Umra gets his head to being right in between Angelica and Quinn, you can see a little bit of like a drool coming out as you can see that just the mere mention of elves has his mouth salivating.
I say it'd be a close consideration.
Well, hopefully you come to the right decision, especially if you find yourselves back in our forest. If you ever would like to do more work for us, we can pay you handsomely, and maybe this could be a better working relationship than you first expected. Think about it.
And as he says that, without, he kind of turns his head back around, completely ignoring you guys, and wades in the water, and then he dives down underneath. And you watch, you can see all of the gold shimmering as he's, piling up over him and burying himself in the pile of gold and completely disappears.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't get your blood. Perhaps next time you'll be a little stronger. But if you want dragon's blood, I think I know of a better way for you to get it.
And how is that? As I'm rolling my shoulder.
Not far from the city of Guilds, there's a woman, and she happens to be close friends with the dragon. This woman's name is Ritis the Gifted. She has golden hair, usually wears heavy plate armor, and uses a sword. She's more of a loner nowadays, living in a small cottage on the coast, just north of the city of Guilds. But perhaps, maybe, she would be willing to show you her friend, as I've heard that dragon's been sleeping for quite some time. Maybe if she did, you could go in there and slay it, bring glory to your name. Yes, Angelica the Dragon Slayer. Most should fear you from just that title alone, especially if you took one of her teeth and wore it proudly. No one would challenge you. Dare say I wouldn't even challenge you.
Ooh, that would be a nice title. And I look over at Quinn. Wouldn't that be a nice name for a title? Angelica, the Dragon Slayer. Actually sounds pretty cool. I like that.
Yes, I can hear it being sang now. Bards from all across the world would sing of your exploits, of your great power. Dragons would crumble in fear at your mere presence. Although, Sometimes power can lead to someone's downfall. What a pity the world we live in. That's just a thought. Remember, Rita's the gifted. She would point you to your dragon's blood, perhaps even your first dragon kill.
And by the way, Lady Lassard, have you had any ever had any run-ins with, I don't know, any godly figures, like demon lords or anything like that?
Or know any locations of other dragons?
Kind of looks at both of you puzzled.
Why would you be wanting that specific information? What's it to you? How much do you think it's worth? Throw it to the lake, and we'll see.
Yeah, it was just
Maybe
a general
you're
question.
for something.
Alright, just wondering, because, I mean, judging by the hill giants that give you guys a problem, just wondering if you guys had any run-ins with anyone more dangerous.
No, not many people come through here that are dangerous anyway. In fact, you all have been the most dangerous things that I've come across in quite some time.
Noted.
But if you want to know more dragons, perhaps with mere gold coins being tossed into the lake, I could jumble my memory. But that's up to you.
And, yes, noted. And, I'll definitely keep in mind about the offer that Amra gave us. Could use some more work.
Yes, the two of us. We're always looking for folks to do things that mere dragons shouldn't have to bother with doing themselves. And we can pay handsomely.
Agreed, Your Eminence.
Now,
I feel like this will be a great relation.
yes, I agree. So if you would, make sure that you tell all travelers of the wishes that you were granted from this great place. And until we see you again, bring plenty of gold next time.
And you watch as she sort of backs up, and you watch as her body becomes submerged by the water. And as her head goes down, she gives you all a quick little glance, and you can see a smile as she goes underneath the water, and the waterfall goes back to being pretty much normal.
Run along.
Alright. And still rolling my arms, I walk towards the.
I'm gonna I can climb down this, right? Or,
Come with
Yeah.
me, child. I'll get you across the river.
Just around the
Like
river
looking-
bend.
Just around the river bend. I'll get you some
I'm,
food,
looking,
too.
looking at her, confused, looking, whatever. Come on.
I need to take a bathroom break real quick, so if anyone else needs to go for it. I'll be right back.
Yay.
So, Quinn was meaning to run around the whole time?
Say what?
Yeah.
Why was Quinn moving the whole
Oh, I
time?
was doing that because I was scared.
Oh, okay. That's why. Interesting. How do you even do that? Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
I don't either, or else I'd show you.
I'm not high enough level.
Like, just hold it. Like, okay, so you know how you have the pointer selected?
Yeah.
So you just hold it, like if you're getting ready to move them, like that or whatever. But just as you're holding it with the left click, right click every spot you want to go.
Wait, what?
Oh, I can't do that.
See.
And then once you know where you want to go, just let it go.
Wait, how do you do that?
I think you have to have a mouse to do that.
It would help.
Yeah, I don't have a.
How do you do that?
There you go. You just did it.
I did it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Over here, jump on again. Skip the water.
There you go. But Kevin, you have the pointer selected and hold it with the left click as if you're about to move them, but right click every space you're going to move to.
Yeah. You can't see it move yourself.
Yeah, you won't be able to see it move, but everybody else will. I think it worked. Did it move for y'all?
Did it move?
Yeah, it's moving right
I'm
now.
back.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have control of your token.
There you go, Kevin.
Go.
Kevin.
So what does the party do?
As I'm walking back towards Snoopy and Vicavor's body,
We're flying back.
I
Wait, am I still with you?
I throw
I'm
this gold
assuming
into the
so.
bushes.
Sorry, what did you do? Threw something in the bushes?
Yeah, I threw this giant's head in bushes.
And as you do, you watch as the foliage starts to sort of animate around it, and it starts to grab it in various places and starts to rip it apart. And as it tears all the flesh away, it starts to essentially dissolve it into the soil until there's just the skull left. And then you watch as it twirls around, and you can see as it's implementing intense pressure before the skull cracks and all the little pieces start to sink into the soft soil.
Ew.
Note to self:
That was a
don't go in
dream.
the bush.
Yeah, knows herself. Don't aim for the bushes. Yeah.
Brady, how long does a body usually last? And would we know that?
Everybody can roll a medicine check.
I'm gonna roll it. Man.
I wouldn't.
For Snoopy.
I wouldn't.
You can if you want to, unless you don't want to.
I don't know who or what that.
Okay. So as you look at it, you know that a body. You know that it's typical if a body is met in the certain conditions, usually very cold conditions, it can last a little while longer than one that's in a like a normal temperate or even a hot environment, especially with humidity and stuff like that. But you do realize that over the course of time, within just a couple days, the decomposition process usually starts to take unless preventative measures are taken. But you're not 100% sure what those preventative measures are besides essentially chilling the body.
Okay, guys, give me a second.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to pull out my staff of the Four Seasons and concentrate on it real quick for 10 minutes and change it to winter.
Wait,
Okay.
can I, as we as I landed with him, I can see the body now, right?
Oh yeah.
Be like, you guys are a bunch of weirdos. It's like carrying around a dead body? Is that your girlfriend, boy?
I snickered to myself as he said that.
Unfortunately, Quinn is currently concentrating on the staff, so he doesn't respond to you. But the rest of Tamsin and Angelica are
Amused.
able to roleplay.
Weird, guys. I don't know what's going on. I'm out here, Sacred Falls, which let me tell you, okay? They turned out to be a ripoff, a freaking scam. There's no magic over there. There's a couple of fat dragons taking gold left and right, promising things, and all they give is they can give you blood, they can give you scales, or an egg. And I don't give a crap.
Well, I mean, you're right. They don't really care about anyone but themselves. But they definitely have plenty of magic on their own.
Brady, even though I'm concentrating, can I hear what they're saying?
Yeah, you can hear them.
Okay.
Speaking of, what's your name, child?
Well, my full name is Monguzu. You can call me Mong. Or if you can't handle even that, you can call
Can I call you Goober?
Can I call you Mongoose?
definitely not.
What's wrong with Goober?
What was your wish?
Kind of like walk off a little bit, kind of sigh. I'm just I got a problem. Type of hunger. I'm always feeling this hungry, you know.
Well, we have food. We can give you some.
I walk towards them. And what is this hunger you're talking about?
You know, your belly's grumbling. You have to get something in it. There's only one thing that hits the spot, you know? You ever get like that?
Yeah, sometimes. But what exactly are you talking about?
I don't know how to put this, but since you guys brought a snack, I walk over to Vicavor's body. I need blood. A lot of it.
I look at Tamsin.
Oh dear.
Alrighty then.
Would you mind if I had a little taste?
Oh man, that is not
I
for me
mean,
to
we
decide.
don't care, but what do the rest of you think?
Well,
Almost 100% certain, Snoopy, as you start saying that, he gets in between you and Vicavor and starts to growl. You get away from him.
Whoa. Things got a little weird. Back up. Listen here, Pooch. If you want a little nibble of something off of him, go ahead. I'll take left.
so let me get this straight. As I'm like putting my as I'm like squeezing like that upper part of my nose and my eyes. So you're telling us that you're essentially a vampire.
Nice sigh again. Well, yeah. Some could say that, but yeah, I guess you could say that.
I break concentration.
Okay.
Sad I was gonna get closer to.
Your vampire
So
child.
Quinn, obviously agitated. I've heard enough of this, and I go past him and grab Vicavor's body.
Okay.
Oh, good. Let the feast begin.
Also, and I tell the rest of I tell the rest of the crew, remember, you guys want to mind your tongue while we're in their forest. And I grab the body and start to walk off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. As you grab the body and start to walk away, you see a bunch of little critters watching you guys.
And
Is
I tap.
so Quinn walked off.
I tap.
Yep, with the body.
I tap Monogozu, and and point to all the critters and stuff. Like, that's what he's talking about.
Oh, really? So Quinn is off map, or how far? We see him still.
You still see him. He's going deeper into the forest away from you guys.
Okay.
Suddenly he
like-
stops.
We can still see him.
Yep. And he's his path is blocked by what look to be 3 large humanoid lizards. One of them is wearing the same sort of shaman garments that the other shaman have, and the other 2 look like the bigger brutes that you guys have ran into. And Quinn's kind of standing there holding Vicavor, and as he's stopped, they don't seem to be aggressive. They're more in a defensive posture, and the shaman currently has his arms or his hands pretty much like clapped together, almost in like a prayer stance, and he kind of bows to Quinn. Do you have a moment to talk? We come in peace this time.
This time. Yes. What is it?
We noticed that you go to the great green lizard, our god, and you have come back from there. Normally, people don't do that. Normally, they stay with her forever. Which must mean that you have gained her favor. And we just wish that perhaps maybe you would be willing to help the lizard folk, as you are in the favor of our goddess. Perhaps maybe you can help save our tribe. And maybe perhaps we can look the other way at all the unnecessary killing that you all have brought into our forest. And then he looks at the body on your shoulder. And perhaps maybe as a sign of good faith, you give us his body. For he is the one to cause them most pain.
I mean,
I go over to Quinn's ear. Yeah, I kind of don't want to make any more enemies at this point.
Totally up to you, though. If you do not wish to hear our request or give us the body, then I would seek an alternate path back to the waterfall next time you come. This
I'm
is
gonna
only
run up to
warning.
I'm gonna wrap in the middle, but like, you can have this old dead body. I just want to sit for. You mind?
Not at all.
I swat away. I swat away at him so he doesn't touch the body.
I'm gonna be
And
like,
then
oh,
I
come
For
on.
some reason, I heard I waddle away, so
As, as
I
he's
was like, I
doing
don't think
that,
that's right.
as he's doing that, I attempt to like grab his arm and put him back where he was.
So fuck, I can't. I won't be able to help. So I just set the body down in front of him and ask if they can preserve him as best they can. What is it that you need?
Well, our forest during mating season, it gets attacked by many strangers from different places along the world. For some reason they think that lizard folk egg are a delicacy. They are to be eaten. But they are what keeps our tribe alive. Perhaps maybe you warriors, as you have shown to possess great strength, you could be our answer.
Are you talking about the giants? Because we just dealt with that.
No. Not giants, ogre.
Ogres.
Did you say okra?
No. We are not in the south.
Nice.
I don't understand why that is funny, but we are not. No. Ogres! They are on the southwest or southeastern portion of this peninsula near the city of Guild's territory. They have been coming and they have been slaying our tribe, stealing our eggs for eating. We have lost many tribesmen in the past few days, from you and from them. And we have lost that many more eggs because of it too. And at this rate, our whole tribe might be gone from existence, and we will not be able to serve our queen anymore, or our goddess anymore.
Look, all right. Honestly, at this point, I don't care what happens, but all I know is I need some rest before we do anything.
You can rest at tribe.
That's all I ask. And I look at Quinn. What do you say?
Hold on for a second.
As for the body, why preserve it? Why is
honestly,
Abyssal talking?
He's
Because I can
Just
speak it.
whoever is yeah, so if you're typing as Abyssal, whatever you type, everyone's going to see. You would have to
Never mind, I don't want to do that.
whisper /w /w space Abyssal, and you should be able to, and then space again and type whatever your message is, and then it'll speak it, and then whoever speaks that language will be able to see it. Which reminds me, I actually need to update, now that we got newer characters, I need to update those.
So how did you say do it again?
/w space, start typing Abyssal, and you should see it pop up as an option, and click enter, and then another space, and then your message. And it should whisper your message to Abyssal, and anyone that can speak Abyssal will be able to see that. There's only one other person, and right now I don't believe... I gotta change those real quick. There. I think I'm just gonna kick all the other play. I don't think I'll do those one-on-ones anymore. It's gonna take too much time. Time that I don't have.
So did it pop up right?
I didn't see anything.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
I mean, if you're trying to make
Kirsten,
private
did you see anything?
No, nothing came up.
And taking Ethan, you didn't see anything? And Kevin, you didn't see
Nope.
anything? Did Gerald, did you see my whisper?
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder if that's something that's weird. Try it again.
So you said /W space the language, and then space, and then type out whatever it is you want to.
Yeah. So copy what
Yeah,
I
that-
just wrote. Get rid
Yeah,
of the
that's-
period in front of the backslash, and then obviously message would be whatever you're actually saying.
Yeah, that's what I did. Because on my screen it says to abyssal, and then what I typed.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, for some reason I didn't see it. I probably didn't see it because I don't have control over the character sheet. And
Oh, it's all good. Well, it
I
was
may
just
have
for
given-
flavor anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
What were you gonna say? Because I can just respond
Yeah.
back in Abyssal.
Oh, I was just saying. I just said, "Fuck, I don't want to do this I don't want to do this. I'm trying to hurry up and get back."
This isn't our fight, Quinn.
Oh, oh well, surprised that she could understand me. I look back at her, and I keep talking abyssal to her. Hold on, so you can
Also in
understand me?
Abyssal, I'm full of many prizes. We're full of many prizes.
God damn it. I know, but we kind of have. I feel like we have to atone for what he did.
He's not here anymore. We don't think we have to atone for anything. The person who caused the most amount of damage is gone.
I still hand the body over to him, and I point out. Okay, so where are they at again?
They are in the southeast region. In the forest. Their leader is Blue. Can't miss him.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else that we can do, I guess that's on our list. We can go ahead and knock that out for you.
Thank you.
All right.
And to answer your other question, the body will not be preserved. It will be used as a feeding ritual to help to have our females lay more eggs. With his great power and their consumption of his power, they should be able to harbor many more eggs.
Oh man.
Since that's
Good.
going on, hey,
Can
boy.
you guys give me an invite to dinner?
Yeah. Kind of curious then, since there's no really way around it.
Hey, boy.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and.
Do
I'm not
your
too
thing.
sure how long it's going to be before you can handle your, or let me say, satiate, as I hold up air quotes, your thirst. Go ahead and handle that since we are handing over the body, I guess.
Immediately fly over to the body. Run, not fly. Really, really quickly.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can't fucking fly.
I
want to see that.
As in like a fly, like shoot toward. I should have said shoot toward the body, like really, really, really quickly dart.
Launch yourself.
Yeah. Sink my try it on.
You need to do some Legacy of Cain blood omen stuff where like the blood, you just hold your hand out and the blood just goes straight to your mouth.
That'd be cool. I don't know how to do that, but so I'm
Okay, so
it's like split.
you watch as the little boy, he gets on his knees, and you watch as his hands are like sort of trembling with excitement, and then all of a sudden he like grabs Vikavor's like face and his chest, and he sinks his teeth, and you can hear him sort of chomping to try to get the blood to flow, and then you can hear the slurping noises.
As this is going on, you see me make a cross on my chest. Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna look back at them and take my mouth off and look back. Tastes a little bit burnt.
Just how I kind of grin a little bit and just say, just how he liked it.
So I go back to my business right away, and I'm gonna like keep my mouth on there for a second as I'm like kind of like talking with my mouth full, and I'm, hey, Horny, you got any more of those vials I can put some blood in? You seem to like blood a lot too. You want to?
Those are for my business use and my business use only, unfortunately. But we can grab you some later if you plan on sticking around.
Well, I
That
knew
isn't
you
a
wanted
feeding
that.
for you, though.
Ah, man. Get off. Hang on, I didn't mean to move Vacant
Yeah, you're
He
good.
just moves.
We can show you to our tribal village. It is sacred ground, so you will have to stay on the outskirts. But you will be safe in our vicinity, unless the ogres come. But they have not come for many nights, so we are postured for attack.
Alright. I guess, anyone have any objections?
We
Well,
do.
And what's the deal? Pickle.
Ogres? This is not what we signed up for.
Yeah. I fought an ogre before. Not too bad. Once you break its rib, it's pretty easy to take down.
Yeah, we didn't sign up for any of this. So I asked the shaman, or the leader of the pack, how soon do you need this done?
As soon as possible would be the best. But obviously, you have shown us a sign of good faith now by giving us this one. And he points to Vikavor's body, being held by one of the the lizard folk.
as he points to him, like my mouth just waters a little bit more.
Before we would ever do anything like this, we must make preparations. As you see, we've been through a lot.
Understandable. And in all honesty, we just hope that perhaps you would earn favor of our great lizard god by doing this job. If you do not do it, well, perhaps maybe she gave you something more important to do, and that is all fine.
And when they
and he turns back to Vikavor's body, this one killed a lot of ours. As you all killed a lot of ours. But this one took the most lives. This is patronage enough to at least bring us to neutrality with your group.
A little small cup. Only knocked one out.
I just pull out a map and ask them to mark it where they are for me, so that way we know.
As he does, he kind of looks at it and goes, over in this region. Oh, wait. I'm changing my color now. The reed is gone. I can have red back.
And the blood.
Okay. All right, thank you. So once we make the preparations we need, we'll see to it that we do that. How will we
And-
get back in contact with you?
You can just come. I will make sure the tribe knows your faces.
Okay. All right.
As of this moment, we show no aggression to your group, as long as you do not do the same. Or as long as you do the same. But this is final chance.
Okay. You won't get no static from any of us. I look towards. It's Mangu? How do you say your name again? Manguzu?
Mongoose.
Mongoose. Or you can say Mong.
Okay, so I look towards Mong, and I ask him, "Where are you from?"
Well, I mean, I kind of been all over a little bit, but I don't know. Exactly.
Okay. Where do you lay your head at night?
Sometimes under that tree, sometimes a couple miles back under a different tree. Just depends on. I've been around the city of Guild a little bit lately. It seems like you guys did something really bad to these lizard fellas. They have no problem with me. Maybe I should go, but it also looks like you guys. Death follows you guys around, so maybe there's a couple more free meals in store for hang around. Would that be a problem?
We had a slight disagreement with the lizard folk, but you can join us.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tamsin said
wait,
that
wait.
I snicker a little bit, like slight.
Yeah. Well, which way was that disagreement? How far is it? How many dead bodies?
They're all gone, but come with us. But yeah, let's. It's better that you at least travel with us to the city of Guilds. And plus, I would like for you to meet somebody anyway.
Really? Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Well, I shouldn't be hard to get a couple days. I guess I can travel with you and help you guys out the way I can. Although I'm just a young kid.
Yeah, he's just a young kid, as I hold up air quotes.
Some would even say a boy.
Boy.
Quinn kind of starts to giggle a little bit and say, "All right, well, come on."
Alrighty, let's do it.
And I head towards
I'm
the city
Prison
of
Mike!
Guilds.
And before we completely walk off, I put my hand against my chest and lower my head a little bit towards the shaman, raise it up, and just walk off.
Safe travels to you, then. Because y'all did reject not going to the outskirts of the tribe.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Right.
back to the city or back to the village that's in construction.
Oh, he wanted us to
Drift.
go there?
Yeah, he was gonna
Yeah,
say
wanted
that you
to-
could rest at the village if you wanted to. But there is plenty of time left in the day for you to get back to Green Drift.
Yeah, head over there real quick and hitch our ride back.
Yeah, it's up to you guys then.
Okay.
I say no. I don't want to rest. I don't want to rest with them.
Honestly,
I want to go to Green Drift.
I'd rather heed the warning of Big Dragon over there about this egg. Just get it
Oh
out of our
yeah,
hand.
yeah. That's why, and that's why I said we need to get back. Yeah, let's go ahead.
The Green Drift?
Yeah, and then meet up.
Yeah.
Yar.
Yeah, because this egg is top priority.
Okay. So as the lizard folk shaman bows down to you, the larger lizard folk put Vikavor's body, which is still slightly dripping blood. They start to walk away in a completely different direction than you guys. Head to the world map. And it only takes you, let's see, I think it's only a couple hour walk. It's about half a day walk, never mind. Whoops. But it's about like noon right now. You guys started early. You guys get back to Green Drift right around we'll say right around 9 o'clock at nighttime. And you can see that there's one location that seems to have lights and things going on, and then there's a bunch of other smaller little cottages that are a lot quieter right now. More than likely, that one location is a tavern of sorts, as it is one of the bigger buildings.
Oh,
We're
right.
going to the tavern. And then Tamsin just starts walking off.
I say to Quinn, all right, so you said you're heading to the city of Gills, right?
Yeah, that's technically where Snoopy and I need to go.
All right.
And I guess
then,
Tamsin as well, because we're escorting her.
Well, seemingly, since I'm in the thick of it with you guys now, I guess I'm tagging along too.
Well, hang on a second. Is there any promise that somebody around you will die sometime or another?
I look at him and raise my eyebrow.
I do the exact same thing.
Well, not you guys. It doesn't have to be you. I mean, have you guys ever killed anybody before?
Yes.
You want to find out?
Well.
Yeah, I think I have something silver in my bag here. If I.
Alrighty. Take a step back for a second. Well, I'm gonna tag along with you guys.
Cool. And I pull out a piece of jerky and start eating it, and walk towards the tavern.
Yeah. I would like it if you actually stay with us. Like I said, I have somebody that I want you to meet.
So as you guys start to head towards, you're heading towards the tavern, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're walking over there, you start to move towards or move past some of the lantern posts that are sort of lighting up what will eventually be most likely paths, like cobblestone paths, but right now they're just dirt. You can see a bunch of the construction. Over the past few hours, they've actually got a bunch of houses framed up and stuff like that. As you are about 100 feet away from the tavern, all of a sudden you hear a strange, squawking noise coming from your right. And as you look over, you see this 3-ish foot, 4-ish foot tall, robed figure. And as they look at you, they open up their trench coat.
Stranger.
That fast?
I'm confused.
As you get closer to them, they're a little kinku with this big ass bag on their back full of random shit.
Stranger.
I look around. Is there anybody else in our vicinity? Or is it just is he doing all this?
Yep, everything you hear is him saying it.
Welcome. Over here, stranger.
That's welcoming.
We're good.
So I'm gonna
I'm
grab.
gonna keep walking.
I'll buy it at a
Nah.
high price.
Oh, so you're some type of merchant? I'm gonna approach him,
I do too. As I'm chewing
and
on
I
my
take
jerky.
and I grab Mong with us.
Alrighty.
What are you buying? What are you buying?
Hey, what you got? What you got there?
Now that's a weapon.
I'm just like in awe of the weapon he's showing.
Yeah, like what is he showing me?
So he he shows you what looks to be a mundane ass short sword.
You mind if I examine this?
A wise choice, mate.
All right, I pick it up.
All right.
Thank you.
I kind of swing it around.
What are you buying?
So I give this back to him. This. I don't need this. You got.
What are you
What else you got
selling?
here, buddy?
What are you selling?
Oh, what are we? Angelica, you got anything? You wanna
Welcome.
Unfortunately, I don't. I gave the last
Is that
of
all,
my
stranger?
free money from to the wagons.
That is true.
I'm gonna like reach in my pocket, pull out like. Does that interest you?
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
What'd you say, Ethan?
I'm gonna pull a pocket knife. Does this interest you?
You broke up again. I didn't hear what you pulled out.
What else? Penis.
Oh dear.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Saying pocket.
Test 1 2. Hello. He rifles through his pouches and he pulls out 2 red potion bottles.
Not only will you need cash, but you'll need guts to buy that weapon.
He says that in response
Over
to
here,
the bottle.
stranger.
Yeah, were y'all not hearing Ethan either?
No, I can't
Not
hear.
really.
I mean, he was cutting out a little bit.
Test 1 2 for Ethan. Test 1 2.
Ethan.
I'm not sure what.
Did he die or did he just?
Gun's
No.
not just about shooting.
Did his soul leave his body?
Not enough cash.
What do you want?
Not enough cash.
All right, I guess.
What
I
are you
guess we're
selling?
done. Guess we done it. Does he look like he has a magic carpet?
Can you hear me?
No. I
Okay,
can
I'm
hear you.
done. I'm done with this kid.
Okay, weird. I don't know why I have to do this push to talk only.
Weird.
I was gonna say I was gonna offer him like 30 silver for those potion bottles.
Okay, so you pull out 30 silver as you point at the potion bottles, and he shakes his head.
Not enough cash.
I pull out 100 silver.
Not enough cash.
Son of a. All right, 200 silver.
What are you buying?
I want those
You
potion
said 200
bottles.
silver?
Yeah.
Not enough cash.
Okay, 1 gold.
You'll know what I'm talking about.
1 gold. That sounds promising.
He he groans, and he puts the potions back. He puts the the potions back into his pocket.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, hang on. I don't feel like I can ask you how much you want for those. But
Its
how much
ammo
do you
will
want?
penetrate just about anything.
I'm sorry. What will penetrate just about anything?
What?
It's ammo.
I'm
You'll know what
sorry.
I'm talking about. Thank
Okay.
you.
All
Final
right.
offer.
He
Walking
says
away
thank
from
you,
gold.
and then he starts to walk away.
I'm gonna yell at him. 2 gold.
Thank you.
Continues walking away.
All right. And I say back to him, no, thank you, and I walk away.
Stranger.
Man, he seems like a one-liner kind of guy.
Yeah.
Ah.
That must have been quite amusing for you all. As you turn around, you see your good friend fellow floating above the tavern, Baba La Saga.
Why?
We need to talk. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
But I don't. I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like for real,
This is-
bro.
Dude.
we just got done seeing you. Like, just leave us alone for like 5 seconds, please. Quinn is not amused. He just walks right past her.
I'm
Roll
continuing
me
to chew on.
a...
Uh-oh.
Oh
I
shit.
think it's... Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Thought you're gonna make him roll
And
intimidation.
I'm continuing to chew on his jerky.
Man,
while
this-
looking
hey,
past
man,
her
the-
and looking around.
Hey man, you canceled. I mean, you ended the session, so I technically don't have to roll this. So
You roll it or I'll roll it for you.
Oh.
As Quinn starts to walk past, she flicks her fingers, and all of a sudden he's frozen in place. This would be a very inopportune time for you to walk away from me. And that is where we will end tonight's session, with Quinn currently paralyzed in place.
Way to go, Gerald.
for somebody to be proficient in like nature or medicine and wisdom, I failed all my rolls.
Same here.
That's true, yeah, you got a +6. Good thing y'all weren't fighting shit.
Yeah, 7, 5,
True.
3,
Yeah, I had
4.
some shitty rolls too.
Alright, let me end my stream and I'll be right back. So that was a nice roleplay session right there. Introduced Ethan's new character because his other character died last session. So yeah, good way to end it. I like to attempt to end all of my sessions on a cliffhanger, or at least something that gets the players to where they're thinking all throughout the week, what the fuck are we gonna do? Last session, Baba La Saga, which is one of the villains from the Curse of Strahd, actually killed one of the players because of their insolence. And now she has come to essentially parlay with the party. So we'll see what it is that she wants on next session, which will be next Monday. So hopefully you all enjoyed, and until we see you next time, peace!